30 years ago, a group of advocates in Houston, pediatricians, philanthropists, social workers, they all decided that there really wasn't enough information about children. And so they all wanted to get together and they created this whole idea around children at risk. It's hard for those kids to be successful. We don't have enough good schools. There's not enough access to medical care. So there are a lot of things, there are a lot of obstacles in their way, but in a sense, that's why we exist, is to really change outcomes and to really change systems to allow kids to have that success that's so necessary.
Hi, my name is Logan, and I am a 4th grader at Fraser Elementary in Texas. Last year, I also started my own baking business. I am one of 7.1 million children living in the state of Texas. That's a lot of kids like me who all have the potential and eagerness to learn. But oftentimes, children like me are faced with needs that can't be overcome on our own. Issues like poverty and equality make it difficult for many students like me to reach our dreams. Children at Risk is a non-profit working to help kids like me.
I think Children at Risk does a lot of good for the community and for the public schools.
Did you know that 47% of children in Texas are low income and 23% are in poverty, with 10% of those kids living in deep poverty, where their family lives on less than $12,000 a year? Black and Latino children are 3 times more likely to be in deep poverty and twice as likely to be low income than others. My mom tells me that education is so important, but only 47% of kids in Texas are kindergarten ready when they start school, and that only 43% of 3rd graders met STAR reading standards last year. Since 2003, Children at Risk is helping to grow the number of gold ribbon schools. Those who perform well but have over 75% of students who are lower income. Since 2016, we've seen a significant increase from 158 to 489 schools in Texas reach this status.
For us to be a gold ribbon school, we have very high expectations for everybody, and that's for all the staff, for our parents, on myself, on all of us, and on the kids, that everyone's going to succeed at their best potential.
Only 40% of kids who are eligible are getting school breakfast, and 23% of all Texas kids are food insecure.
One of my proudest achievements was the passage of Senate Bill 376, a bill that created a statewide universal school breakfast program. Children at Risk was invaluable in getting this bill passed by providing both data and individual examples that showed the benefits to children that comes with expanding the free breakfast.
From 2015-16 to 2017-18, we have fed 400,000 more student breakfasts than we did before. So, I mean, that is quite an impact. That's 400,000 students and more this year than before that ate breakfast.
This session, I had the opportunity to work with Children at Risk across a wide range of issues to lift up our children. Because when we lift up our children, we're making sure that we're lifting up our state.
For 30 years, Children at Risk has been standing up for children by serving as a catalyst for change to improve the quality of life for all children in Texas. Children at Risk is working to make sure we get the right start, have a quality education, are healthy and safe, and that our parents have the tools and support they need to keep all kids on the right track to success.
We want the general public to be on board with us. We want them to be advocates. You know, when we write an op-ed or appear in the news or do a press conference, in many ways we want people to say, how can I help? What can I do? Can I write to my legislator? Can I volunteer either at Children at Risk or other groups that are doing some of this work? How do I give money to Children at Risk? How do I give money to help children be successful? These are things that we want people to stand up and act on because we want everyone to be a participant in making sure that our kids are successful. We want everyone to say, every single child needs to be successful.
What I want to do when I grow up is I want to be an engineer. I want to do is become a veterinarian. Be an electrician with my dad.
He wants to be a scientist, and that's a goal he's had since he could say the word scientist.